So do any of you remember those Mickey Mouse cartoons from the 1930s? The ones that were put onto DVD a few years ago? Well, I hear there is one that was unreleased to even the most avid classic Disney fans. According to sources, it's nothing special. It's just a continuous loop, like the Flintstones, of Mickey walking past 6 buildings that goes on for 2 or 3 minutes before fading out. Unlike the cutesy tunes put in though, the song on this cartoon was not a song at all. Just a constant banging on a piano for a minute and a half before going to white noise for the remainder of the film. It wasn't the jolly old Mickey that we've come to love either. Mickey wasn't dancing, not even smiling, just kind of walking as if you or I were walking, with a completely normal expression. But for some reason his head tilted side to side as he kept this dismal look. Up until a year or two ago, everyone believed after it cut to black that was the end of the film. When Leonardo Matlin was reviewing the cartoon to be put onto a complete series, he decided it was too junk to be on the DVD, but wanted to have a digital copy due to the fact that it was a creation of Walt's. When he had a digitalized version up on his computer, he took a look at the file, and he noticed something. The cartoon was actually 9 minutes and 4 seconds long. This is from what my source emailed to me in full. He is a personal assistant of one of the higher executives at Disney, and an acquaintance of Mr. Matlin himself. After it cut to black, it stayed like that until the 6th minute, before going into Mickey walking. The sound was different this time. It was a murmur. It wasn't a language, but more like a gurgled cry. As the noise got more indistinguishable and loud over the next minute, the picture began to get weird. The sidewalk started to go into different directions that seemed impossible based on the physics of Mickey walking, and the dismal face of the mouse was slowly curling into a smirk. On the 7th minute, the murmur turned into a blood-curdling scream, the kind of scream painful to hear, and the picture was getting more and more obscure. Colours were happening that shouldn't have been possible at the time. Mickey's face began to fall apart. His eyes rolled on the bottom of his chin like 2 marbles on a fishbowl, and his curled smile was pointing up on the left side of his face. The buildings became rubble, floating in mid-air, and the sidewalk was still impossible, navigating in warped directions, a few seeming inconceivable with what we as humans know about direction. Mr. Matlin got disturbed and left the room, sending in an employee to finish the video and take notes of everything that was happening until the very last second. And afterwards immediately store the disc of the cartoon into the vault. The distorted screaming lasted only 8 minutes and a few seconds in, then it abruptly cuts to Mickey's face at the credits of the end of every video, with what sounded like a broken music box playing in the background. This happened for 30 seconds, and what was in that remaining 30 seconds, I haven't been able to get a sliver of information about. From a security guard working under me, who was making rounds of outside the room, I was told that after the last frame, the employee stumbled out of the room with pale skin saying, "Real suffering is not known," 7 times, before speedily taking the guard's pistol and offing himself right there on the spot. The thing I couldn't get out of Leonardo Matlin was that the last frame was a piece of Russian text that roughly said, "The sights of hell bring its viewers back in." As far as I know, no one has ever seen it, but there have been dozens of attempts of trying to get the file on rapid share by employees inside of the studios, all of whom have been promptly terminated of their jobs. Whether it got outside or not is up for debate, but its rumours serve me right. It's online somewhere under sucidemouse.avi. If you ever find a copy of this film, I want you to never view it, and to contact me by phone immediately, regardless of the time. When a Disney death is covered up as well as this, it means it has to be something huge. Get back at me. I've yet to find a copy of this, but it's out there. I know it. And that, everybody, was sucidemouse.avi, a Mickey Mouse / Disney creepypasta. My final thoughts and opinions on this story? I'm honestly not a fan of it. It seems just too cliche-ish to me. I mean, Mickey slowly crumbling and dying right there on the spot, and buildings and things that weren't possible in the 1930s. I mean, how the hell does that happen? It's really stupid. The Dark Reindeer did a really good video debunking the creepypasta, because basically this story was actually based on a comic released in the 1930s. Walt Disney made a comic where Mickey found out that Minnie was cheating on him, and he tried to kill himself by multiple means, but was never succeeding in doing it. What's actually pretty weird is as well, is if you look at one of the comics, I'll actually show you in a second, hang on. Hopefully the picture's coming through, but as you can see, hopefully, this picture of Mickey, him walking down the street, oh what is the use, she doesn't care about me anymore, whatever. Looks pretty familiar to how Mickey walks, right? Yeah, because what the person have probably done is, all the sucidemouse.avi videos, they've probably just taken this picture, made some kind of video of it, and made it loop continuously. It's pretty clever, but really stupid. But the question is though, if stories like this got out and somebody, you know, off themselves, where are the news reports? I mean, I know it was back like, was surely pretty recent though, because according to the story, they had it all digitally on DVDs. So surely that would have been big news, right? Weird, isn't it? So yes, the story is pretty bullcrap, flawed in a lot of ways, but it's kind of a classical story. But I'm not a fan. I mean, if you like it, that's fine, you're entitled to your own opinion. But if I had to give this story a final rating, I'd give it probably a 4.5 out of 10. It's a little too cliche and a little too ridiculous for me. But anyways, everybody, that's all from me. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.